Hello friends, welcome back to the Tetrahedron chemistry classes. So guys, in today's lecture I am going to discuss a very important topic, and I have selected a topic from your General Organic Chemistry. So I have already written here GOC, where GOC stands for your General Organic Chemistry, and in this General Organic Chemistry section I have completed some of the video way back, and but I couldn't complete those topics right in the great depth. So what I'll do, I'll try to cover some of the very important aspects which actually comes under this topic, general organic chemistry, and this will also give you at least 2 marker question in your CSIR net examination, or say in your GATE as well as IIT JAM examination. Okay, and in this topic today I'm going to discuss a very important reactive intermediate, and that reactive intermediate is actually your carbocations. Okay, if you look the literature, then you will find the various names of this: carbonium ion, carbenium ion, carbocation, etc. However, there is no need to go in that much of the detail and the classification and different types of the things. I'll discuss only those things which are sufficient to your CSIR net, GATE, IIT JAM, and your other competitive examination. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss these carbocations, and carbocations are the species in which carbon carries a positive charge. So you have to remember, whenever you are having certain organic species and your carbon is having positive charge over there, so this would be your actually your carbocation. Okay, so I can write this carbocation just like that. And see, you can recall basics of the organic chemistry. Say for example, you are having this molecule. Okay, and just like that. Okay, and somehow if it is undergoes heterolytic fission. Okay, so what will happen during your heterolytic fission? So it is better, what I can do, I can write Y instead of carbon here. Okay, forget about these valencies. Okay, so and we will consider that your Y is more electronegative in that case. It is more electronegative, and when the heterolytic cleavage would occur, then this shared pair of electron will go to the Y, and Y will be your negatively charged species, and then your carbon will carry a positive charge over there. So this is a positively charged carbon, and this species is known as the carbocation, and you can also call it as carbonium ion. Now the very important question, actually the students have confusion all the time about this thing. So if you do the broad classification of this carbocation, then you will have the classical carbocation. Okay, so I can write it just like that: classical carbocation, and then in the next part I can write non-classical carbocation. So what is the difference between the two, and how we can differentiate between the two? However, there is see a good deal of confusion in deciding the difference between the classic and non-classic carbocations, and scientists are actually not say what we can say. Some scientists actually have objections in explaining the phenomenon, right? But now widely accepted concept of carbocation is there, and we will discuss that particular thing here today. Okay, so if you have their classical carbocation, it simply means it will have the two center, okay, and two electron bond. It will have two center, two electron bond. You have to understand this point. Okay, and when you have your non-classical carbocation, so it would be your three centered, two electron bond. So this thing, if you understand, so this is more than sufficient to describe, or say to identify the different types of the carbocations, whether it is classical or the non-classical. So if you want to draw the structure of the classical carbocation, what it simply means that, say for example, you are having this carbon here, okay, and then this is attached with the two groups here. Say this is going below the plane, this is going coming above the plane, and this is right. So it is attached with the three bonds. Generally you will see that it is attached with the three bonds. Okay, and when it is attached with the 3 bond and positive charge is over there, okay, and since it is positively charged, so hybridization would be sp2 hybridization in that case. And whenever you have the sp2 hybridization, then you will have the empty p orbital. So this is your empty p orbital. And this empty p orbital can easily accommodate from the accommodate the electron pair from certain electron donors. Okay, so this is the picture of your classical carbocation, and you may draw many kinds of the classical carbocations. So generally your classical carbocation will have the sextet of the carbon. What is the meaning of the sextet of the carbon? That means it will have the 6 electrons. So 2 electrons here, 2 electrons here, 2 electrons here, 2 to the 2, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6. So sextet of electrons would be there along with the 3 bonds, and it is known as the two-centered two electron bond. Okay, and now if you see your non-classical carbocation, so in your non-classical carbocation you will have actually the 3 carbon, and with the 3 carbon you will have only 2 electrons, which I have already written here, and these 2 electrons actually spread over the 3 carbons, and this condition is generally known as the hypercoordinate bond. This is known as the hypercoordinate bond, right? And it is now the widely accepted phenomenon that your non-classical structure would be in the always in the ground state. So if you see what is the meaning of the ground state, that the most famous example for non-classical carbocation is actually 2-nor Bornell system. And in this 2-nor Bornell system, if you check the ground state, right, so in its ground state you will have your actually non-classical structure. So how we can draw that non-classical structure for this 2-nor Bornell system? So this is, I hope you know how to draw the nor Bornell system. Okay, just like that I can draw, right? And after that I'll put a dash here, dashed line, which will connect here, just like that. So if you check, this is actually the carbon number 1, this is the carbon number 2, this is the carbon number 3, and somewhere here you will have the positive charge. So I'm writing here positive charge here. So it is having only 2 electrons, right? These 2 electrons are there, right? The 2 electrons which were originally present here actually, just like that, and they spread over the 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3. So these are the 3 carbon and only 2 electrons are there, right? And these 2 electrons are spread over here, here and here. So it's a 3-centered 2 electron bond. So in that case, you see you are having the 5 bonds. In that case you are having only 3 bonds in the classical carbocation, and non-classical carbocation you will have the 5 bonds. Okay, and these 2 electrons are spread over these 3 carbon atoms. So this is sufficient to differentiate between the classical and the non-classical carbocation. I hope you understand the thing. So if you want, then I can draw one more picture for you for this non-classical and classical carbocation. Say for example, I have say this species. I can draw this species here. Say just like that I can draw. Okay, so this is your hydrogen, positive charge is there. Okay, there is no problem in that, and this is connected with this, just like that. Hydrogen is here, this is another system, and this is one hydrogen, and this is your another hydrogen, and positive charge is over there. Now if you check here, this positive charge, it is having 3 bond. This is one bond with this hydrogen, another bond with this carbon, and another bond with this carbon. So it is having 3 bonds, just like the earlier case. And positive charge is there, definitely empty p orbital would be there. So this is actually the your classical carbocation. Okay, and say you can actually you can draw the resonance structure for this one also, right? So however, I'm not going to draw those resonance structure here, but if you want, then you can very easily draw it, right? And now if you want to know the structure of non-classical in the same phenomenon, so you can draw the non-classical structure in that manner. Say I am having this species, okay, and my hydrogen is coming just like that, one hydrogen is just coming like that, okay, and then this is my structure, and this is connected with this one, okay, and you are having one hydrogen here and another hydrogen here. So it looks difficult to draw these structure, but if you practice this, then you will be master in drawing such kind of the structure and understanding the nature of these structures also. Okay, and if I put the positive charge over there, just like that, okay, and see, say for example, say, did I make any mistake somewhere? Yeah, no, it's fine. So we are not putting the positive here, okay, and what we'll do, we'll make one bond here just like that, okay, and then here another bond, and then another bond just like that, dash bond, okay. So again you see 1 2 3 4 and 5, okay, and of course the positive in the center. So whenever you will draw, however, see, this drawing is not very clear, sorry for that, but if you want to know the difference, so this is more than sufficient if you know the 3 center 2 electron bond and 2 center 3 electron bond, okay. So I'm not going to draw this again, right? However, it is not looking good, right? But I hope you understand the thing actually, okay. 5 bonds, right? 1 2 3 4 and 5, 3 dashed line, red one, and 2 solid lines, okay. So this is sufficient to know that, right? And now the important thing, how we can decide the stability of the carbocations, and this question is very very important. And see, generally in your examination you will find this particular question, how we will decide the stability of the carbocations, okay. So I am writing here stability of carbocations, okay. So what is the meaning of the stability? Stability means actually how long it will stay in the solution, right? So that you will have the stable species, right? Or say you can actually identify the presence, or you can mark the presence of these carbocations, right? The more stable is the ion, more it will stay in the solution. So what are the factors which will decide the stability of the carbocation? You should know these things, okay, right? So first of all, you know, say if you have this particular structure, carbocation is there. So if this positive charge is dispersed in the system, actually it is not localized and it is dispersed over the system, then it is said to be the stabilized one. If it is localized here, then it is destabilized. So what you do, you want to disperse this positive charge from here to make your carbocation more stable. So any factors which will disperse this positive charge from the carbon will make carbocation more stable. And now here you see the very important concept comes of general organic chemistry, right? Right, and I already actually I always say this particular point. Then if you don't know the general organic chemistry in pretty much detail, then it would be difficult for you to understand the reaction mechanism also, right? So what are the factors which will decide the stability of the carbocation? So you should know this thing. First of all, aromaticity is one factor. I am writing A, which will decide the your stability of the carbocation, okay. Then your resonance, and resonance would be positive type, okay. And then you may have your mesomeric effect, and it is also a positive type. And then you are having your hyperconjugation, and after hyperconjugation you are having your inductive effect, also positive type. So in short, you should know this thing: any kind of the positive effect, whether it is positive mesomeric, positive resonance structures, right, and your plus I effect, they all actually stabilize the carbocation. And you should know the concept, all these concepts very well. And if you say, for example, if you are having a particular carbocation in which your aromaticity concept is also operating and your resonance is also operating, so always your aromaticity will dominate and you will decide the stability of that carbocation based on the aromaticity. So if aromaticity is there, okay, and if aromaticity is not there and you are looking for the stability, then you will follow this particular order. Say mesomeric effect is also following and resonance is also following, right? Then resonance will dominate over mesomeric effect, and hyperconjugation, you can say after that there comes the hyperconjugation, and Hyperconjugation dominates over your plus I effect. So these things you should remember. Okay, that means inductive effect will actually come last actually to decide the stability of the carbocation, right? Hyperconjugation is more fundamental than your plus I effect, and your mesomeric effect is more fundamental than these two, and resonance is more fundamental than these three, and aromaticity is the boss actually. Okay, so whenever you are having the aromatic systems, and this aromaticity is actually stabilizing your carbocation, then it would be the best, right? And see, first of all, I would like to tell you a very important thing. See, okay, I'm not going to explain that thing here actually. I'll explain that particular thing when we have a question based on this. So I hope you are understanding what actually I want to explain here. Now I am having some of the problems, practice problems for your CSIR net and the gate examinations. I have already these problems. I have already written these problems here. Okay, and now we will apply all the concepts here, and we will decide how we can decide which carbocation is stable and which is not stable by applying all those concepts like your aromaticity, mesomeric effect, right? And your resonance, hyperconjugation, all these things. So my first question, light, and luckily this first question is a very important question. You are having actually the three compounds, which first is your carbocation, three-membered ring, and this is positive, and again four-membered ring, this is five-membered ring. Now which carbocation would be more stable? So remember, whenever you have these ring structures, then definitely the compound will have compound with larger ring, right, will be your more stable. So in that case, your this carbocation over cyclopentyl ring, okay, cyclopentyl carbocation, it is more stable, and least stable is your cyclopropyl cation. Now what is the reason is that, see, generally what happens actually when you decide the stability of the carbocation, see, here I have missed a point. I am telling you here, since I have already told you this is carbon is positively charged, three bonds are there, so it is sp2 hybridized, okay? And when the sp2 hybridization is there, the requirement of the bond angle is 120 degree. Any deviation from this 120 degree will destabilize the system. So the species with the carbocation which have the bond angle nearer to the 120 degree would be more stable, okay, and which will deviate from this, which will deviate more from this 120 degree, that would be destabilized. Okay, now by using this particular concept, I can tell you here, see, in that case what happens, somewhere around 60 degree bond angle is there, here 90 degree bond angle is there, and in that case it is somewhere around 105 degree, and this 105 degree actually is more close to the 120 degree, right? So it's actually the requirement of the planarity is satisfied by this five-membered ring, so it is more stable. So generally what happens actually, whenever you have the smaller link, in that case the internal angle of the cycloalkanes, right? Say what will happen actually, the smaller the internal angle, so this is the internal angle of 60 degree, this is the internal angle of 90 degree, and this is the internal angle of 105 degree. So smaller the internal angle of the cycloalkane, the greater would be the S character. So in that case the S character would be very high. In that case, very high S character. Okay, and in that case very less S character, very less S character. Okay, and you know what is the S character? S character simply means higher electronegativity. Higher the S character, that means higher the electronegativity. In that case the S character is very high, so it is highly electronegative. Its electronegativity would be high, and its electronegativity would be low. Low electronegativity and high electronegativity. And you know, electronegativity means power of attracting shared pair of electrons. So we cannot put positive charge on the electronegative carbon. So this carbon is actually the electronegative carbon, right? Due to these carbons are electronegative carbon due to this smaller angle, and we cannot put the positive charge on the electronegative atom. Okay, that's why it is bad to put the positive charge here. So that's why the this positive charge is not very comfortable on these smaller rings, right? So, and this is a very important question which you should learn actually, right? And this will also decide the acidity and all these things. I'll explain I'll explain the acidity and basicity concept in the general organic chemistry. Then I'll again come back to this type of the question. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, now moving to the next problem, right? What it says that this is what these are the two carbocations. Okay, again this problem is based on the same concept here. In that case, hybridization is sp2. Okay, and in that case you can see it is sp, right? It is more or kind of the sp. Okay, and now if you check the s character of these species, so in that case you see the highest s character would be there in that case, because triple bond is there, right? And positive charge is over there, right? And in that case, if you see here, right, if you don't go for the hybridization scheme and if you go for the s character, so in that case you see the 50% s character is there. In alkyne, you already know in the alkyne you are having the 50% s character. Okay, in that case you are having the 25% s character in case of the alkanes. So I can write alkanes here. Okay, and here in that case you're having 33.33% s character. So higher the s character, higher the electronegativity, and we will not put the positive charge over your electronegative atom. So this would be least stable in that case, and this would be the most stable. So this carbocation would be most stable, followed by this one, right? And this is your actually least. So this is how you can decide the factor. I hope this is clear to you. Now moving to the next question, what it says, problem number 3. Okay, you have been given these 3 carbocations and you have to decide the stability of these. So how you will decide the stability of these species? It's simply based on your hyperconjugative structures. And if you know the hyperconjugation, then it is very good. And if you don't know the hyperconjugation, so I am giving you the link here. You can go through the hyperconjugation which I have explained, and I am also giving you the link in the description box. Okay, so here you can see here, first of all, you see this carbocation is primary carbocation. Okay, there are 3 types of the carbocation: primary, secondary and tertiary. See, whenever your positively charged carbon is attached with the one carbon only, then it is primary, and this positively charged carbon here, which is CH2 positive actually, it is connected with this CH2 only, so it is primary. And this carbocation is secondary carbocation 2 degree, because this carbon is connected one carbon here and one carbon here. It's a 2 degree, and it is a 3 degree carbocation because it is connected with the 3 carbons, one here and another here. And you know your tertiary carbocation is the most stable and your primary is the least stable. So in that case, if you see this is the most stable one and this is the second one, this is the least stable one. Okay, so C is the most stable and A is the least stable, and this we can also decide based on the hyperconjugative structures. So how you can decide the hyperconjugative structures of these species? So I can draw you this. So I was having the species just like that, CH2 positive, okay, and then CH2 I was having, and then I was having my, say this is CH2, this is CH2 again, this is CH3, okay, and sorry, this is CH3. This was the structure 1 2 3 4. Here you can see, okay, 1 2 3 4. So this is, you see, this is the alpha carbon. This alpha carbon is having 2 hydrogens, so this will form actually 2 hyperconjugative structures. 2 hyperconjugative structures for this ion. Now if you draw the second one, which was just like that, okay, so this is what CH3 here and CH2 here. So 3 hyperconjugative structure from here and 2 from here, so it will have the 5 hyperconjugative structure. And the last one, which was here just like that, CH3, this was CH3 and this was CH2. So 3 3 6 to 8, in that case 8 hyperconjugative structures. So as in resonance higher the number of the resonance structure, higher would be the stability. Similarly, in the hyperconjugation also, the species which is having the higher number of the hyperconjugative structures, that would be the highly stable. So it is having the 8 hyperconjugative structure and first one is having only 2. So this is the most stable, this is the least stable. Okay, and this explains the stability of this system. Okay, but for this you have to you have to know the concept of the concept of your hyperconjugation, otherwise it would be difficult for you to actually decide. Now moving to the next question, what it says, where I put my pen, okay, just like that. Now this is your next question, and this question says that these are the 3 carbocations and how will you decide the stability of this. Okay, so again the same thing you can see here. See, this carbocation is your 2-degree carbocation. Why? Because positive charge is here and it is connected with one carbon here and another carbon here. It's a 2-degree. Similarly, if you check this one, so one here, it is again 2-degree, and this positive is here. So 1, 2, 3, it's a 3-degree. So this should be the most stable one. Okay, now you have to decide in between these two which one would be the more stable. See, this is clear that this A would be more stable, so we can straightforward put just A, just like that, right? Now you have to decide which one would be the more stable. So in that case, if you see here, how many hyperconjugative structures would be there in that case? Basically in that case CH2 is here. So if again I can draw the structure in that manner, you see here, say I was having this species, okay, and I'm putting positive here. So this is CH2 and this is CH2. Okay, so 2 to 4 hyperconjugative structure in that case you can draw. And if you put positive here, right, and this is CH3, okay, this hydrogen is here and this is CH2. So in that case 2 plus 1, 3 hyperconjugative structure plus 1 plus I effect which would go there. So this would be more stable than this one. So if you follow the picture here, okay, then for this one you can see this is CH3 here, this is CH2, this is CH2. 3 to 5 to 7 hyperconjugative structures are there. So this is more stable, right, and this is the least one. So this is how you can decide the stability of this also. Now moving to the next problem, this is the more or less same kind of the problem. You can count the hyperconjugative structures in that case, right? So if you count the hyperconjugative structure in that case, so again you see CH2 is here, this is alpha carbon, this is again CH2, 2 to 4 hyperconjugative structures. Or in that case you can see CH2 is here and nothing is here. So 2 hyperconjugative structure plus you see this is your CH3, this is your CH3 plus I effect of these two. So the 2 plus the 2 methyl group will give the plus I effect, and along with this you are having the 2 hyperconjugative structure here. So there are the 2 deciding factors. So this should be more stable, right? And if you see this particular one, so 2 hyperconjugative structure from this end, 2 hyperconjugative structure from this end, 4, and 1 hyperconjugative structure from here, 2 to 4, 5 hyperconjugative structure. So in that case you are having 5 hyperconjugative structure. In that case you are having only 4 hyperconjugative structure. No, and in that case sorry, whatever I have said earlier, please ignore that part, because we are dealing with the hyperconjugative structure. So it is having only 2 hyperconjugative structure. Forget about this plus I effect right now, because it is not, this plus I effect is not there, or is not there attached on this system actually, right? So we cannot actually take this. So 2 hyperconjugative structure, 5 and 4. So stability order would be something different in that case. In that case A would be more stable, followed by C, and then your B would be the least stable in that case. Okay, now this is correct. So sorry for that wrong explanation. And now again see guys, this is the confusion actually which I had just earlier, which I had, and this happens generally if you shoot a video and if you are taking your class. right? So it may happen that you may have the confusion. Okay, and it is my again request to you, if you find any wrong explanation in my video, any wrong thing, so check the description box of the video, because generally after shooting the video I generally go through the video and check, and I generally check that where I made the mistake, right, and where I make the mistake, and I actually correct that mistake in the description box, and I give you the full explanation in the description box. But recently I found some of the very uncomfortable comment in the video lectures, right? So it's my request to you, before actually writing a weak comment on the comment section, you please go through the description box. If you don't find the explanation there, then you can write in the comment section and ask the problem, right? So this actually I want to say, because I made this mistake, now I have clarified this to you. Okay, so on the same ground you can check the this particular question also. Okay, I'm not going into the detail of this one because I have a very large number of the problems. Okay, now my next problem, what it says, okay, you are having this species. Now this is a very special, very important example, and very important, right? So you are having what? You are having CH3, CD3, CT3. This is a protium, deuterium and tritium. These are the isotopes of the hydrogen. And you know, this is the lightest one. Hydrogen, see, protium is the lightest isotope and tritium is the heaviest isotope. Okay, and deuterium is actually lighter than tritium and heavier than your protium. When you have this kind of the situation, right, when you have this kind of the situation, so you should remember in that case, tritium actually is having the very high plus I effect, followed by the deuterium, and your protium will have the very low plus I effect. So this is the decreasing order of plus I effect, decreasing order of plus I effect. Okay, so in that case, you see, in all the cases you will have the same number of the resonance structures. See, 2 and 2, so you will have the four hyperconjugative structures here, 2 to 4 hyperconjugative structures here, and 2 and 2 4 hyperconjugative structures are there. So in all the three cases you are having the 4 hyperconjugative structures. Okay, and when you are having the 4 hyperconjugated structures, then you cannot decide the stability based on the hyperconjugation. So you have to think about the plus I effect. So tritium is having the strong plus I effect. That means it will diminish this positive charge from here. So this would be the most stable one. If you follow this trend, then your C would be the most stable one, followed by the B, and followed by the A. Right, so this is just high. Okay, this is just like that, right? So C is the most stable, not followed by actually A. A is the least stable, and B is more stable than A, and C is more stable than B. And this is based on the plus I effect because it is heavier, and bond strength is also very bond actually distance. Bond actually, say, if you check this CT bond, so this would be shorter when compared to the CD. Okay, and this CD is actually even shorter than when compared to the CH. Okay, so this is something very important. However, some people explain this thing based on the half-life also. If you check the half-life, then if you check the half-life of the carbocation, then the order would be the reverse. But based on your plus I effect, this would be your answer. Okay, I hope this make the sense. Now moving to the next problem, what it says. This is what? Okay, now this problem is a rather simpler problem. Problem number 7. You are having the aromatic system. Okay, this is your methyl group CH3. This is cyanide. This is NO2. Now this is quite clear. See, this have the minus I effect. Okay, this will have the strongest minus I effect, and this will also have the minus I effect. But this methyl is having the plus I effect, and I already told you all kind of the plus effect actually stabilize the carbocation. So based on this, your A would be most stable, right, and your C would be the least stable. Okay, because the minus I, but what is the meaning of the minus I effect? This nitro group will will attract the electron density towards itself, making this carbon more positive. However, in that case, this methyl group actually will pull the electron in the benzene ring, will actually push the electron in the benzene ring, and this electron will go here, and this will stabilize this species. Okay, while this will attract the electron density, these two will attract the electron density towards themselves actually, right? So this is the stability order. A is the most stable, C is the least stable. And now coming to the next problem. Okay, now this problem is, again, you can see it's a carbocation, and in this carbocation you can see what is happening. You are having one methyl here, another methyl here, and one methyl. Okay, this is again based on your plus I effect. So this will push these two methyl will push the electron density over the ring. So this will diminish or disperse the positive charge from here. And this is the one methyl group which will push the electron density. Again, this will disperse the positive charge from here, but not that to that extent which actually this A did. Okay, and here you are having you are not having any methyl group, so there is no concept of the plus I effect. So higher the plus I effect, higher would be the stability. So in that case, A would be the most stable again, and C would be the least stable, and this will have the intermediate stability. Okay, now moving to the next. So this problem is, again, see guys, quite simple problem. And see here, in that case, this is your positive charge. Okay, and here you see CH3 is here, CH3 is here, and CH is here. So 3, 3, 6 plus 7, 7 hyperconjugative structure in that case. Okay, and in that case you can see 2, 2, 4 and 1, 5 hyperconjugative structure in that case. Okay, and in that case you see this is here, so 2 and 1, 3 hyperconjugative structure. So higher the hyperconjugative structures, higher would be the stability. Based on this particular ground, A would be the most stable and C would be the least stable. Okay, now moving to the next problem. This problem is, okay, now you are having the 4 different kind of the systems, and this question is important question, and it is involving, this question is involving many concepts here. So first of all, you see nitrogen, see this will have the lone pair, this will have the lone pair, this oxygen will have the lone pair, this oxygen will have the lone pair, and here this you can see this is the strained structure. This is the strained structure. So positive charge is not very comfortable on the strained system. So you should remember, whenever you have this situation where strained system is there, then this should have the minimum stability. So this will have the minimum stability. You should remember this thing. Okay. Now you can compare in these three. See this nitrogen, what you can see, it can donate electron from here to here. Okay, this will make a double bond, carbon will get positive, and this will again donate electron, double bond would be here, this will get positive. Okay, so this is actually the kind of mesomeric effect, plus not mesomeric, double bond should be there, but kind of mesomeric, you can see the, or you can say the mesomeric effect, because it is donating electron from here to here. Okay, so 2 electron donating species are there. While in that case you can see, you can say that this can also donate electron here, but this oxygen is quite highly electronegative and smaller in size. It is reluctant to actually give the electron to this system, while its minus I effect dominates. This oxygen's minus I effect dominates over this plus R effect. So this is actually the uncomfortable situation. If it is having the minus I effect, what will do, this electron, this oxygen will attract the electron density towards itself, making this carbon more positive. So this is not that stable. So heteroatom is not actually very good. Okay, you can understand in that manner. And if in that case, you can again see, this can actually stabilize this one. So this seems the most stable one, D, okay, followed by B, and then your C, and this would be, A would be your least stable. So this should be the trend in that case, right? This should be the trend, D, B, C, A, because it is not a planar structure. Right, it's not a planar structure, and in the planar structure strain is there, and due to the strain the carbocation is not very comfortable. Okay, and in case of the oxygen, actually its minus I effect is more dominating than your electron pushing effect. Okay, this is how you can explain the things. Now moving to the next problem, how we can decide. Okay, now this problem is another fundamental. See, so far we have actually introduced the mesomeric effect, we have introduced the hyperconjugation, we have introduced the plus I effect of the methyl group. All these things we have used. Now this question is special. How this question is special? This compound is anti-aromatic. Okay, this compound is anti-aromatic. When it is anti-aromatic, that means it is the least stable one. Okay, and here you can see the conjugation is there. In that case, this electron can jump here, and if it can jump here, you can put positive here, so you have the resonance structure for this one. Okay, so this seems the stable one. So A is looking the more stable one, and B is looking the least stable one, and obviously C will have the intermediate stability. Why? Because it is having the 4 hyperconjugative structure. In that case, it is anti-aromatic. Okay, B, and it is conjugation it is stabilized by the conjugation, so it is A. So this should be the order in that case. Okay, so if you don't know how you can decide this species is aromatic or anti-aromatic, I am giving you the link here. Okay, you can go through this link, and I can note down at 40 minutes I am giving you the link for aromaticity, and somewhere around at 17 minute I have gave you the link of hyperconjugation. So this I have to add, that's why I'm writing here. Okay, so then you can go through how to decide the aromaticity and anti-aromatic and non-aromatic nature. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Now moving to the next problem, what it says. Okay, now this and this and this and this. Now this problem is again quite simple. See, lone pair is there, and this lone pair is involved in the aromatic sextet. Okay, so this is aromatic compound, this is an aromatic compound. Okay, and in that case, if you see, conjugation is there, this can come here. Okay, because double bond is here, so naturally your oxygen will donate electron here. And don't confuse here that oxygen is not donating electron, but here is donating. In that case, electron will be donated by the oxygen due to the conjugation present in it, but in that case you are not having any conjugation. Okay, so this would come here and this will come here. So this is conjugation stabilized, so this is also stabilized, but stabilized by the conjugation. Okay, but it is stabilized by the aromaticity. So I already told you that aromaticity is the boss. So this is the most stable one. Here is the conjugation, but in that case, hyperconjugation. 2 hyperconjugative structures are there. And if you see here, okay, see, aromaticity is the boss, followed by the conjugation. Hyperconjugation is the least among the 3. Okay, so if you apply the same concept here, then your A would be most stable, followed by the B, and your C would be the least stable. This is how you can solve the problem. I hope you actually liking the lecture and you are understanding the things. Now last few problems I also have here, and now this problem are again very important problem. Okay, and now my next problem, what it says that okay, you see, this is double bond, sp2 carbon is there, and you cannot put positive charge on the sp2 carbon. It is actually the vinyl carbocation, and these vinyl system, you cannot put actually the positive charge on the double bond or in the triple bond. I have explained these things, right? So this is the least stable one. Okay, and in that case, okay, this is phenyl cation, and this is resonance stabilized actually. So this should be the most stable because it is resonance stabilized. C is the most stable one. Okay, followed by the B because it is CH3 here and another CH3 here. So 6 hyperconjugative structures are there. But here hyperconjugation is not there, but conjugation is there. Mesomeric effect or the resonance effect is there, and resonance is more fundamental than hyperconjugation. So C is the most stable, then B, and your A would be the least stable. I hope this makes the sense actually. Okay, now moving to the next problem, what it says. Okay, now this is the same more or less same kind of the problem. Okay, and you can decide the stability of this very easily. So here this is resonance stabilized, In that case, 2 or 3, 5 hyperconjugative structures, HS, hyperconjugative structures. In that case, plus, see, there is no hyperconjugative structure in that case, but only the plus I effect. So here plus I effect is deciding, here hyperconjugation is deciding, here resonance is deciding, and I already told you resonance is more fundamental, so A is more stable than your B, and B is more stable than C. So this stability order goes in that manner. Okay, now this is again the same kind of the problem, so I'm not solving this particular problem. You can do this problem by your own, but you simply, what you can do, you can count the hyperconjugative structure. So say this is your CH2, so 2 hyperconjugative structures, 3 3 6 6 hyperconjugative structures, 3 3 6 3 9 9 hyperconjugative structures, and in that case 2 hyperconjugative structures, and in that case 2 to 4 hyperconjugative structures. Okay, so in that case C would be your most stable. It is looking just like that. Okay, and after that your B would be the second one, and then it is having the 4 hyperconjugative structure, then you are having the E. Okay, no, yes, 9 6 4. Now you're having the 2 and 2. Now you have to decide between in this will form 2 from here. No, this will form actually, right, this will give you the 2, and this will give you positive is here. This will also give you the 2, but it is also give you the plus I effect here. So this is more stable. Okay, while here in that case there is no big bulky electron pushing group, so this should be the least stable. So A would be the last one. This is how you can solve the problem. Okay, now moving to the next problem. This is now this problem is special and the important problem, and you should look very carefully how it actually we decide the stability of the system. So in that case, you see we can check the conjugation, where the conjugation is most in that case. Okay, see, this is positive charge, this is double bond, this is oxygen. Okay, so this can come here, this can go here. So one conjugation is happening in that direction and another conjugation is happening in that direction. So it is having the very much conjugation in that case. Okay, while in that case you are having only one conjugation from this double bond and the plus I effect of this one. So this should be the second one, and this one there is no conjugation but the hyperconjugative structures. How hyperconjugative structures? How many? 3 to 5 and 1 6. 6 hyperconjugative structures are there, but resonance is more fundamental. Okay, and in that case you can see in that case conjugation is there. So most conjugation is in the D, so D would be the most stable one. This is something very, very important. And see, here you can see conjugation is there and plus I effect is also dominating. So second is the C. Now comparing these two, here hyperconjugative structures are there, but here is the conjugation, then A is the more stable and your B would be the least stable. So this is how you can solve the problem. Okay, now this is something very, very important. Now here conjugation is happening. Now see guys, there are different kinds of the conjugation. You may have your linear conjugation. I hope you know what is the linear conjugation. Linear conjugation means unidirectional flow of electrons. Okay, unidirectional flow of electron, that is linear conjugation. Then there comes the cross conjugation. That means bidirectional. That means electron can come through the different directions. And then you are having the cyclic conjugation in the cyclic system, cyclic conjugation. So whenever this will happen, then your cyclic conjugation will win over linear conjugation and cross conjugation would be the last one. So you have to check. See, you may have this kind of the situation that you are having a species where your conjugation is happening and you are having the linear conjugation and cross conjugation and both are giving the same type of the result. then on which basis you will decide the stability of the carbocation? Definitely the linear conjugation would be best than the cross conjugation. Why actually I am giving you this concept here? You can see here, right? How? You see, this is your species B, right? And what can happen? This electron pair can come here, this can come here. So conjugation is there and these electrons are moving on the right hand direction. So it's a linear conjugation. It's a linear conjugation, guys. Okay. And if you check this one, you see conjugation is there in that direction and it is coming from here also. So electrons are moving in the opposite direction. So it's a cross conjugation. However, in that case, you can see two electrons are actually stabilizing the system. Here also the two double bonds are stabilizing the system. Here also the two double bonds are stabilizing the system. But this is the linear conjugation. This is the cross conjugation. And linear conjugation is actually very facile, very easy. So this will win. Definitely. Now, if you check this one, see, you are putting the positive charge on the double bond. This is not a very good situation. So this should be the least stable. And here you can see conjugation, only one electron conjugation is there, right? So in that case, you can see here B should be the most stable, followed by the A. Okay, not followed by the A actually, right? Or yes, followed by the A, B and then A. And after that, you can see your see again in that case, you can have your D and C would be the least stable. Now this makes the difference between the linear and the cross conjugation. So say for example, you are having only these two species. You are forget about these species, right? And say you are having only these two species and you have to decide which carbocation is more stable. Definitely this would be more stable because it is having the linear conjugation. This is very important concept to remember actually, right? And say if you have the another species here and it is having this cyclic type of the conjugation, just like that, CH2 positive, right? So again you can see the size conjugation in the cyclic, this would be the more stable. So these are the certain things which you have to keep in mind. I hope this makes the sense. Now, okay, the length of the lecture actually is increasing quite much, but these problems are very important. That's why I am giving you this problem here. My next problem, what it says, okay, see positive charge on the double bond, it is not a very good situation. So this should be the least stable actually. This should be the least stable species. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, and now in that case you can count the structures actually, hyperconjugative structures. In that case you can see 3, 2 and 2. So 3, 2, 2, that means 7 hyperconjugative structures in that case. In that case you see only one hyperconjugative structure. And in that case 2 to 4 hyperconjugative structure. So definitely the C would be most stable. So C is the most stable in that case. After that you see this 4 hyperconjugative structure, D is the more stable. Okay, and then your B, and lastly your A, because we cannot put positive charge on the double bond due to the S character, higher S character. And this species, these 4 species actually looking like the same kind of the species, but again it is very important how we can decide the stability in that case. So we can check the conjugation here. How we can check the conjugation? Okay, now first of all we check this one. So this can come here and this can come here. So two conjugation is there in that case to stabilize the carbocation. In that case conjugation is there, but only one bond conjugation. This cannot come here. Okay, here 2 double bonds are contributing towards the conjugation. Here only one bond is contributing. In that case there is no conjugation, only hyperconjugative structures. That means 2 hyperconjugative structures, because only CH2 is here and nothing is anywhere. Okay, and in that case no conjugation but hyperconjugative structure, 2 from here because CH2 is here, and 1 from here, 3 hyperconjugative structure. So resonance of course win. So A should be the most stable in that case because 2 double bonds are there, and here in that case 1 double bond is, so B is second because 1 double bond is contributing. And now based on the hyperconjugative structure, D and your C would be the least stable. So A, B, D, C, this should be the order in that case. Okay, so this should be the most stable one. Now we can You can check with, we can check, okay, fine, okay, fine, 2 here, 2 here, okay. Now let me check whether I did a mistake. No, I don't think I actually did a mistake somewhere. I hope this is correct. If you find, if you find little, if you find error in this particular explanation, please write in the comment section. I'll look this again. But based on this, it is quite simple. Then this should be the most stable. Now it is only 1 B. Okay, fine. This should be just like that. Now the next question, which is again a very important, very important question, most important question. Most important, and you should know the dancing resonance. However, see, people actually are not comfortable with this dancing resonance concept, and some actually people won't actually accept this concept of the dancing resonance. Okay, and see guys, whenever you are studying something, you are learning something, see, doubt will always remain in your mind, because chemistry is a type of the subject where you can have the you can have the many concepts, right? And violation of those concepts, actually exceptions are always there. So it is not like that you are learning something and you can do the 100 out of 100 problem, right, based on your skills. It is almost impossible. So doubt will always remain, and it is good if you clear your maximum doubt, right? But 100% doubt clearance is not very is actually not there actually. Okay, so in that case, you see, this species is actually undergo the dancing resonance. So I'm not going to explain what is the dancing resonance in that case. What will happen actually in that case, you see the bond actually breaks from here, okay, and then you are having the next species in that say I can draw here. I am drawing only this one, okay. This would be double now in that case, and positive would be there, okay. And similarly you can make by this one, and you can draw by this one, this one, this one. So you may have the different kinds of the structures, right? This is known as the dancing resonance. And some actually expert say that whenever you are having the dancing resonance, it would be the most stable carbocation, but I don't think so. See, most stable carbocation is your tropylium carbocation, and I hope you know the tropylium carbocation. It's a 7-membered ring, okay. Positive charge is over there. This is the most stable carbocation, but some people argue that this is the most stable one. However, I have asked this question to several IIT professors actually, and they also said that there is no clear-cut difference between the stability of these two. So we cannot decide actually which one is most stable, which one is not. It will depend upon the many factors. So again, you see, doubt remains the same actually. And some people think that it is most stable, but according to me, nothing can beat the aromaticity. Okay, so this would be the most stable if you have somewhere. But this here you can see the 3 cyclopropyl ring are there. They will contribute to the dancing resonance. Here only 2 rings are there. Here only 1 ring are there. Here only hyperconjugation structures are there. So in that case, A should be the most stable, followed by the B, and D would be your least stable. This should go in that manner actually. And now if you go for this problem number 21. So this problem 21, again you can see here, in that case dancing resonance is there. If you see here, in that case dancing resonance is there, okay. And whenever you are having the dancing resonance, then this A should be your most stable species, and after that this is your aromatic system. This should be your another stable species, okay, and this should be your least stable species. You can go in that manner, but again you can see here it is aromatic. This is aromatic. This should not be actually the least stable. This is aromatic, okay, and this is benzyl carbocation stabilized by the resonance. So this should be the second one. And this actually you can see, now see this conjugation, actually some people thinks that this conjugation actually is not actually as good as your dancing resonance. So dancing resonance is better than this one. So they on this particular ground, you can see here this C is the most stable because it is aromatic, then A, and B would be the least one. Again dancing resonance play an important part. Okay, and then your problem number 22, what it says that, right, you're having this. Okay, see, this is phosphorus. Okay, fine. So another concept, guys, you can check here, the back bonding. Back bonding. Okay, whenever you have the nitrogen, oxygen, and phosphorus, they have the lone pairs, you know. Okay, and when they are attached with the unsaturated system, so they actually unsaturated system or the system where you are having your empty orbital, so they very easily donate electron there. They form the back bonding, pi back bonding. So this phosphorus can actually form the back bonding from here. So it's a type of the conjugation from this direction, type of the conjugation from this direction also. So it's a cross conjugation type of thing you are getting here. So this should be the stable species. If you check, this should be the stable species. Okay, and now you see this this species is based on your hyperconjugation. So in that case, you are having only 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 6, 9 hyperconjugative structures. And here your mesomeric effect of conjugation, or you can say the plus mesomeric effect or conjugation, whatever. Here back bonding, resonance and back bonding two are there actually. And see, positive charge is outside the ring, and here positive charge actually is within the system. So whenever your positive charge is stabilized within the system, it is more stable. And when you are stabilizing the positive charge from the to the outside of the ring, then it would be less stable. So based on this ground, your A should be actually in that case the most stable one. Okay, and after that you should have your B, and C would be the least stable, because hyperconjugation is not that fundamental when you compare this hyperconjugation with your mesomeric and your this back bonding and all these things. Here two factors are there, back bonding and your conjugation. Here only one conjugation effect is there, here hyperconjugation. Okay, so A is more stable than B and D is more stable than C. Okay, now okay guys, this this again, you see, this is the guys, if you see here this particular example, what is this? This is a tropylium carbocation. Okay, and when it is the tropylium carbocation, definitely it would be the most stable one. So you should remember this particular point. Your tropylium carbocation would be the most stable one. Okay, so this C is the most stable one, and then this A is another stable species. Okay, because it is also aromatic, and this is anti-aromatic. So order goes in that manner. Okay, and this example actually you can see here. Okay, we can skip this example because I have I have written these two structures same actually. Okay, so we can skip this problem. And now my last problem here, you see this problem. This is again, you see, the aromatic species, and this is actually the stabilization of this positive charge outside the ring. So this should be the more stable. So guys, there are number of the problem, thousands of the problem, 10,000s of the problem based on this carbocation. But in this particular lecture, I have only explained how we can decide the stability of the carbocation. However, this carbocations plays a very important role in the different kinds of the reaction. Okay, so you can see I have already made a video on the SN1 and the SN2 reactions. In SN1 reaction, the carbocation shift, right, ring contraction, ring expansion. Then I have also made a lecture on your pinacolone rearrangement, a very important methyl shift to produce the different types of the carbocations are there. So in that case, I have only explained how to actually decide the stability of the carbocation, which is the part of the general organic chemistry. However, this carbocation is also having the many role in your organic reactions also. Okay guys, so I hope you like the lecture, but before signing out, I am again making you the same request to you guys. If you are finding any error, any wrong explanation in my video, please check the description box. If you don't find the explanation there, then you can ask your query in the comment section. Okay, so if you like this particular lecture, please subscribe the tetrahedron chemistry classes. Or if you are a regular viewer of my channel, please share the tetrahedron chemistry classes with your friends. If you are a new viewer here, please like the video, share the tetrahedron chemistry classes with your friend, subscribe the tetrahedron chemistry classes. Okay guys, so that's it for today. Thank you very much.